Mike, turn your games down.
Alright, we're going to do a very different and special episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's Morphin time with me tonight?
I'm everyone's favorite Joe Butler, and yeehaw!
And your resident GM, King Kuma.
And then you got Isaiah, been on the podcast a few times.
I'm Brad Schultz, the Black Ranger.
Hi, I'm Johnny, and I am Primal Ranger. Something new.
Something brand new.
Yeah.
Pretty damn cool, actually. We have 3 brand new, but so we are doing something that we never do normally. So I made comments about it over the last year or so that we've been doing this. We, thanks to one of us, Rich, runs a campaign that we do, a D&D campaign, except it's Power Ranger themed, called Promethea Rangers. That's been going on now for over a year, right, Rich? Or
Yeah, it's been about a year and a month, a little over a year and a month.
damn,
May 1st was our first day of RP of 2025.
okay. Which started out as just me, Rich, and Joe, and then later on, Brad joined us, then Johnny joined us, and then Isaiah joined us.
I already play a bunch of D&D, so I was like, why the hell not?
Same.
I have not played D&D in years.
Go ahead. Yeah, like I've done a ton of RP. Mike and Richard both know that, and so like when I got the opportunity to join the game, I'm like, absolutely, made the schedule work, and yeah. And then Richard and I spent quite a few hours figuring out my character's backstory and current condition.
Yeah, like days.
Right.
And Rich, you want to kind of talk about what our campaign is, like the basic?
Yeah, it takes place in the coinless dimension. If anybody's familiar with the comic book version of the coinless and the evil Tommy, Lord Draken, who was our main villain of the campaign, takes place in that setting. So obviously the Rangers have had a war with the Green Ranger, which they didn't do too well in. And the world is semi-dystopian, kind of under the rule and fearful rule of this tyrant Lord Draken. So that's kind of where we are.
If you read the Power Rangers comic, it's kind of based on that. If you want to learn about those, listen to our other podcasts where we talk about those comics. Go give those a listen. Those are pretty good too.
You'll see them in the show notes.
Love the professional plug.
Right.
You've been doing this long enough with me. This kind of happens. You get good at it after a while.
You get good after a while, yeah.
He's heard me do it enough. I mean, I went into this with no expectations when you first said, hey, let's start. I'm like, all right, this should be fun. I did not expect it to be as much fun or to grow to where we are now. Like, I haven't RP'd since we were fucking at Lost World of Wonders, a comic book store in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, until our friend got kicked out because he stole. I haven't done any role-playing since then.
That's a true story.
Oh,
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Absolutely true story.
I wish it wasn't.
Everything. Comic books, gaming books, dice.
Source books, everything, and yeah, they caught on.
Well, he was just stealing source books, I thought.
That's what I remember, but I think he was getting dice and stuff too.
My God. I mean, I know he wasn't in a good financial situation, but we go there every single week. You can't steal from the place you're at.
Yeah, he was shitting where he eats, so he found out how that goes.
That's the best way to describe that.
It is.
It is the most apt description.
It wasn't like he was the president. He couldn't get away with that.
Right.
So, hey. And yeah, and that's last time
who knows?
Last time I had ever role played until you suggested this idea, and I was surprised. Like, I was like, okay, this should be fun. And then I didn't. I remember our first session was us trying to figure out how Roll20 worked. Took a whole 3 hours.
Trial by fire, man.
That was a fun first session, I think.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, though.
Mm-hmm. We all knew. We were all kind of going in blind. We didn't know the Essence 20 system, and I really kind of took a big chance. Just even asking you guys, because I was like, man, I got a lot more free time. Life has slowed down a little bit. Like, I need some new things to go get into. It's like, well, why not this? This has always been something I used to love as far as role playing. And I was actually trying to role play with another group, another D&D group that I was loosely associated with. And I was going to run Vampire Masquerade actually with them.
Oh, love that system.
I remember you talking about that.
Mm-hmm, and that kind of fell through. So I was like, shit, well, maybe, why not do Power Rangers? I already had the books. I bought them from Humble Bundle or something like that, the year before. So I was like, let's get some use out of it. I love Rangers more than vampires anyway. And me, Joe, Mike were doing Ranger comics, and I was like, hey, let's shot in the dark. If they say yes, I'll start reading the source books, and in about a month or so, we'll get things moving. And that's exactly what we did.
I mean, once we got the hang of it, like it was a really fun game. I mean, it was even fun from the beginning, but man, trying to figure it out. So I do want to talk about our characters. So each of us are different characters. My character is named Lone, and then Leon, because it's me. And he's a Blue Ranger, because it's me. And I was essentially just Triceratops Ranger from Mighty Morphin, because that's what I like.
And how did you get the powers, or do you want to get into that as we go?
I don't even remember how I got the coin. Well, they gave it to me, right? Like, didn't Trini give it to me, I think? I mean, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was over a year ago.
Look, see, me and Mike did this thing where when we first started playing, we did this thing where we didn't write shit down because we're dumb.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, it wasn't until he joined.
Thank you.
A few months later, he started writing stuff down.
And then you got me acting like an elephant who never forgets.
I'm good with that, though. Like, then we actually know what's going on. Because I'm looking at the outline that Rich was so nice to type up, and I'm like, I forgot some of this shit. So, yeah.
You cheating? I don't have a nightline. Give me a nightline. Someone send me a nightline. Send me a nightline.
Hold up. I'd have to probably add you guys to the...
And Joe, what is your character?
I am a cowboy Green Ranger because I thought it'd be fucking hilarious. And then I'm a little bit of an alien, which we eventually do find out. One thing that I will also admit that we all do as well, Rich likes to get us behind the scenes and determine some stuff so we can all keep each other in suspense and everyone guessing. And that's also been part of the best time we've ever had too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually has helped.
Well, it helps make the world a lot more vibrant as far as our characters are concerned, because it's not just what's happening at the table, so to speak. It's also what led your character to that point, kind of what's going to happen down the line, what are some potential things. And I think that's honestly one of the best things about this campaign, to be honest.
I mean, it definitely made it more fun. I mean, It's been very impressive over the year we've been doing this. I mean, you guys, like Isaiah and definitely, Isaiah and John, you guys joined later, and like, we actually understood what we were doing by the time you guys came along.
So I missed a little bit. What were you guys? Because I was getting the links ready for you guys to look at the outline. What was it that you said was the most impressive?
Just the fact that you actually go the extra mile to help us enrich our characters. How we got to that point where we kind of want to take them. What are they thinking? Twists and turns.
Oh, so almost like a focus on like character story arcs and progression.
Mm-hmm.
That's important, especially in this system.
Yeah, I mean, I've played other systems, and I've never really had a lot of RP. I mean, other than like you and I, Isaiah, when we used to do like wrestling RP back in the day.
Yeah.
It was all about our character development. We made it a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was before they really even... Hell yeah, we did. And that lasted overall, because I did it with Isaiah. I did it with another friend, Bino, that Mike has met. And that lasted for about like 7-8 years, I think. I think it was 8 years.
So when you did the wrestling RP, you probably didn't have to roll any dice, right? Because you just wrote down what happened?
No, we just
we actually
played the video game.
SmackDown versus Raw. Because you were allowed to go into GM mode and type in your own text.
You can make your storylines with scenes and everything. It was nuts.
Yeah, and like if I remember correctly, during those days, Richard and I practically scripted Rock versus Cena move for move. Like, we're watching the match, and it's like, this looks familiar.
Oh yeah, and we did it better.
Yeah, I think we did. But
now they got like we'll change topics in a bit, but just they have like actual tabletop versions of wrestling that is pretty like renowned now, where people actually enjoy it.
Yeah, there are a lot of different tabletop versions of. And if you have a system you want to play, they probably have one.
Right, or something very close to it,
which is really cool.
Yeah, it's a good time to be into the hobby.
Now, I learned something valuable recently. So we are playing Power Rangers, and if anyone knows what how D&D works, we're playing a weird version, which a lot of people refer to as 5e.
Actually, this system is a lot more. It's a lot like if D&D was crossed with Savage Worlds, because it has the same skill die system. But yeah, it definitely has a lot of D&D influences. The Essence 20 system.
Yeah, Essence 20 is the system that this uses. So it's still pretty different from D&D, but
it has some similarities. Like, yeah. and that's because the same parent company is Hasbro. And initially, this game, if you look at the core book, the original Power Rangers RPG core book, there's wording in there to where they still didn't really like tweak it from the original idea, which was, we want this to be 5e. This game, this The whole Essence 20 system was supposed to be 5e.
Did it
My
come out
Pony,
before 5e?
Transformers, all that. No, it didn't. I don't think it did.
Okay.
What year? Do you remember when 5e came out?
Not
Oh, that
offhand.
was like 2017. I want to say.
I was gonna
2014,
say
I think.
2014. Yeah.
2014.
Oh, okay. Well, this was definitely after then.
Okay.
I wonder
This
why they
was
didn't just
within the last like maybe 6 years.
keep it then.
Just to make it different.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean having a Power Ranger coat of paint also helped.
Yeah.
Essence 20 took a little bit to get used to because like the way the roles are. I mean I don't know. I haven't played D&D since the beginning of third. Who knows if you even played that correctly?
Yeah.
So I don't remember because in this game you have to roll high to hit, or at least after a while.
Well, and like we're still learning things about this system,
Mhm.
even as somebody who's played dozens of RP systems out there. There's still things I'm learning about it.
And it's going to
and-
be a process for us, and I think we're doing a pretty good job. And I think our little training sessions that we end up implementing, that's letting us learn even more.
Those have helped where we get to do our battle simulator, which could be a pocket dimension just like the comics do.
Yeah, we could technically make it that if we wanted to.
Spoilers.
Plus, a lot of things happen with us learning. Rich learns a little bit of something. We all learn something as players, and Rich also learns how to torture us. So it's funny.
Yeah.
That's always a good time. That's what I'm.
And Rich learned that these fuckers cannot do puzzles for the life of them.
Well, I can do puzzles. My character can't. He doesn't really have that mental fortitude.
Man, even when we know what to do, we can't fucking roll the dice sometimes to make a puzzle happen.
Heart of the dice, man. Heart of the dice.
Oh, we'll talk about like interesting things. I think my first roll, Rich gave us a phone, and I almost fucking broke it because I rolled a natural 1.
He should have given you one of them old school Nokias then.
Indestructible.
Right.
And Brett, I know you joined.
Use it as a weapon.
Would work as a hammer. And Brett, I know you joined a few episodes later or a few sessions later when you first came into the show. And what is your character?
I am a super original, unique character.
It's like Arkham Knight?
I am the Black Bat Ranger, and my name is Bruce Wayne, no relation. Basically, I'm Batman in Power Ranger form, but
Brand new character, never seen before.
Not Batman at all, because Batman is so OP that there's no way I would have got enough points to actually make a real Batman.
You're like year 0 Batman. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's kind of what we.
But still not as good. Still not as good.
Yeah, that year 1 Batman was like still decently badass.
Yeah.
Well, the way we spec ourselves to start with, we all were fucking weak because we got kind of wrong a little bit.
I mean, real Batman would have like probably 5s in every skill minimum,
which we do not have.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to figure Batman, before he even became Batman, spent years touring the globe, learning all sorts of different martial arts and honing his skills.
Yeah, but that's also
he started off as like a 10th level character.
We said my character also did all those things. So
yeah.
I think we're only level 8, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a long fucking time to level up in this game too.
I'm not entirely sure how leveling up actually works in the system, but I just kind of go.
You know how it works, Joe. You wait till Rich tells you, "Hey, you guys leveled up." Okay, thanks. That's how it goes.
Exactly how it works.
I mean,
major story plots.
That's pretty much how it works in any fucking D&D campaign too.
I mean, there's actual
D&D
in D&D, but I think
advanced D&D
people kind of house rule a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, you can do based off experience points, but most time it's just based off.
There's 2 factors I really think about, and that's one is how many sessions have gone by, and then 2 is like, well, what's the moment that makes most sense during this session gap?
I'm currently playing. We just started a Strahd of Edge of Strahd. What's the fucking name?
Curse of Strahd.
Curse of Strahd campaign in 5.5, and we beat a level 7 encounter when we were level 3, and we did not level up. we were not supposed to fight them. Somehow we won, and the DM was like,
"Nope, doable. It's doable. It's just going to cost most of your resources."
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were so close to dying, but the DM was like, "Nope, book does not say you level up, so you don't level up."
That's funny.
All right.
And yeah, you joined session 6. I thought it was later than that.
I did too. I was level, I think 3, maybe 2.
Yeah, you were 3 when you joined in.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until session 15 when Johnny, you joined us.
Yeah.
And what is your character?
So my character is Ben. When I first joined, when I kind of had my initial meeting with Rich, I was basically like, okay, what does the team need? Like, what hole can I fill, or
Everything.
what's the gap? Yeah. So I decided to create a melee character, and so I kind of thought of something, and so I was like, well, let's see if I can just create a character kind of starting off, kind of based off the thing from Fantastic Four. That's why I named him Ben.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were going Avatar.
there's a car?
No, not Ben. Just the element wise, I thought you were.
Right.
Going
Oh,
Avatar.
Yeah, but it kind of
it
evolved
fits
from there. That's kind of where it started.
it fits the character motif, kind of going after the thing from Fantastic Four, because he is just essentially a pile of rocks in a body.
fucking tank, which we needed so bad at the point when Johnny joined us. Like, because I was a tank before that, and my character is not a tank, but he was a tank because the rest of the other two were glass cannons, so someone had to take the.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just can't avoid the glass cannon thing. I'm sorry.
I mean, it works now with our well-rounded team. I'm kind of a mid. During this time, Bat Ranger was. I think how to describe your character. Brad, how would you describe your character?
Originally, yeah.
Melee focused. I did not have any specialty. I was way too spread out.
You were pretty mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always mobile.
A lot of movement, but I'd die in like one hit, especially if they got a crit. I
We all
also
do.
didn't hit very hard.
That's the game, though. Like
he
don't
was
do a lot.
also. I know Brad came into it when we first had our conversations about his character. He first told me, I was like, well, so what do you want, man? Like, what kind of role do you want to fill in the party? And he was like, well, I kind of want to do like a support kind of bard thing. I was like, well,
Yeah.
Black Rangers are that.
Yeah, my original idea was a bard, and then because it was Black Ranger, I just went, okay, I'll be Batman. And it did not fit Batman at all because the Black Ranger in Power Rangers is supposed to make jokes that give you guys boosts, and it did not fit a classic Batman at all. But
What you and I could have done, Brett, at that time is just kind of reword some of that stuff instead of making jokes. We could have made it like inspiration from, like almost like leadership type of inspiration. Because that Black Ranger role, they actually say in the book, is Black Rangers usually make really good backup leaders or straight up leaders to begin with.
Yeah.
You don't have a red or a white. Black is usually the next in line to really kind of do that thing.
I still had fun doing the jokes. So I'm not mad that it happened, but it just did not. It did not.
You bought
fit,
a joke book.
Yeah, so like 3 of them.
And that didn't bother me either because I was like, well, this is the coinless world. It doesn't mean Bruce Wayne in this world is going to be the same as Bruce Wayne in New 52 or whatever.
Wait, so were you not the 1950s Batman? I thought that was a joke we were all going for. That you were like the 1950s.
No, we just treated him like one.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Adam West.
yeah, that was the joke.
That's how I just kept calling him because that was the closest thing he was.
I did not have bat repellent.
Shark repellent.
We didn't really fight bats. Hey, we did fight sharks. We could have used shark repellent.
Shark repellent is what I.
We should have got you on a surfboard when we were in Japan.
Yeah, we should have.
That would have been great.
And like when Johnny joined us, like he helped really change our dynamic to where we could fight better because he would just go in and take all the hits, and then we can poke away at their health, which has really helped.
So I do want to add to Johnny's character design. Obviously, he's inspired by Ben Grimm, but he is gray. He's more of a stone color, but the orange on it is inspired by Ben Grimm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm what's considered a Primal Ranger, which doesn't. We kind of just created on our own, like Rich and I. Which we're kind of based off of what's considered the Graphite Ranger, right, Rich?
Yeah, in the books, he's considered a Graphite Ranger, which is like a sub role connected to Silver Rangers. So he has almost everything similar to Silver Rangers, except a few tweaks here and there based on the Graphite role.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm just here to soak up damage, is what it is.
Is Silver?
He does pretty well.
Yeah.
Is Silver supposed to be a tank role in the book?
No. Initially, the Silver is meant to be more something closer to like a rogue. Think of, and Johnny and I had this conversation very recently when we were kind of tweaking his character. Silver Rangers are meant to initially be more like Green Lanterns.
Oh, that's sick.
They can, and Johnny might pull some of that. I'm not going to spoil any of that for you. Let Johnny kind of do his thing as we go. He hasn't really tapped into that yet, but I'm sure he will now. And they're not initially meant to be tanks. They're a little softer. They're kind of like in and out, like a rogue in a way. But Graphite Rangers, on the other hand, are meant to be very tank-like.
Interesting.
All right. I mean, it's definitely what we needed at the time.
Yeah.
So I can't argue with it. I mean, I wouldn't anyway. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
Johnny, I think your character is probably the most unique. And
yeah, mine is the most
Definitely
basic.
as far as classic goes.
Well, just in general.
Definitely as far as the class goes.
Like, just as far as what we have, like, we have Batman, we have a Cowboy Green Ranger. I would originally just a Blue Ranger.
yeah.
God,
You know,
I love being a
like-
cowboy.
I also like the Cowboy Green Ranger.
It's fucking worked.
Yeah. My awards to most unique go to Johnny and Joe.
Yeah, mine. I know we got into it a little bit. I was hoping to wait just a little bit, but I'll decide to go into it. I went to Rich, and I, as everyone knows, if you listen to the podcast too as well, I'm a huge Green Ranger fan. I was able to meet Jason David Frank literally right before he passed. And
Jealous.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
for real.
so
Did not know
yeah. Yeah, I even have he signed beside him signing my White Ranger, which I'm so upset I didn't have him sign something Green Ranger. He signed his like Legend of the White Dragon like promo card, business card, and he gave it to me, and so I carry that around I carry that around in my wallet as a good luck
Oh,
charm.
that's cool. That's really
That
Yeah.
is
cool.
cool.
You never
Yeah.
even told me that.
No, you never
Yeah.
mentioned that at all.
I'll send you a picture of it. I have it laminated too. What is it? I went to Rich and I was like, I like the idea of being the Green Ranger, but the way the manual says it is you're technically allowed to make his dagger kind of anything you want, kind of. It very specifically gives you kind of options, and I was like, well, I want a gun because I'm a huge revolver guy. If anyone else knows that about me, and Rich is like, well, there is a book with time travel that has a revolver. And I think there was it gets a special ability, and me and Rich didn't really vibe with it very well. So I think we just changed it to I was like, can I just have it be like an instant reload? Because in the way the game works, reloading takes like a whole turn, or like at least a action. So
Which I think
Yeah,
still
we
does,
did some tweaking with it, and
Yeah.
and he's right. You know, you can make a ranged weapon, you can make a melee weapon, you can make it your own, which they did a good job with that in the game, giving you that. And then you just don't run around with a dagger or something. you
There's
know?
a lot of customization options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we delve more into Essence 20, we found out there's even more limitless possibilities.
Yep.
So the system itself has, in time, become pretty versatile. I can't say that with just the core books alone for any one of these games,
Yeah.
but with the expansions, yeah, they've become pretty versatile.
It's really helped make the game really stand out. Like, you know, we talked about how he's Batman. We literally went to Gotham City for a few sessions and fought Clayface more than once.
I want to go on record here on this podcast. I am the world's greatest detective. Rich has not been able. He has not been able to pull a fast one on me since we've been playing this. I have guessed several things, and I'm very proud of myself for that.
Yeah,
Including
he's got
who
some
the
bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Again, that's player knowledge versus character knowledge, though.
Yeah.
Well, even
that's
then,
fair.
he's still behind the scenes, is figuring some of the stuff out, and I kind of know he will most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for it. Watch, if I present this shit, watch Joe like send me a message. Watch,
Yeah.
he does
Yeah.
every time.
And I think whenever we were with Brad, there's like, I'm just a little boy. I'm just a harmless little boy. And I fucking physically turn to Rich and go, is that goddamn Clayface? I don't know.
Spoilers. Was. Oh,
I got a
was
little
good scene.
sample of that fucker.
That was an old. We haven't done much with that in our story for a bit. We've been
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah, I don't know when the fuck we're gonna have time to do that.
I know we got so many different plots
Dude,
going
there's
on.
so many different branching storylines. It's insane.
Yeah, you better tie all this shit together somehow.
Well, it's kind of easy in a sense because most of the stuff you guys are doing that you have so many branches are just related to your personal story arc.
Yeah,
And in the grand scheme of things, you can see that it does affect the bigger picture. Like when we're
Mhm.
talking about Aqua Ranger or, you know, your powers when it comes to the dark dimension. And now we have a whole new character that's from the dark dimension in Zoe, and we're exploring that. And
yeah.
I mean, there's so your story arcs aren't like one and done or throwaway. They actually
no.
that's the other
Yeah.
cool thing is that they have bigger effects on the overall story itself.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that's also kind of one of the reasons I tied my character's story arc to the main story plot. Like it's all stuff that kind of has to get done anyways, because then, you know, any side things that we end up doing become more focused on you guys.
Mhm. Isaiah's character, it's a lot easier to. It's already pre-built into the bigger story.
The world.
And Isaiah, who is your character? You joined session 17.
Yeah, session 17. So I'm actually playing this world's version of Jason Lee Scott, the original Red Ranger. So for those of you who don't know the Coinless arc, there was a big battle at the command center when Jason was absorbing was taking on the White Ranger powers. Draken, or as Jason refuses to call him Draken, he calls him Tommy the entire time going forward. Busts in,
a lot of shit for it.
yeah, defeats Jason and imprisons him. So Richard and I were working on this concept. He was like, he'd be at one point. He was like, it'd be cool if you play Jason. I'm like, okay, let's figure this out. He's been imprisoned now for 18 months. That is going to do a major job on anybody's mental condition. So we brought, we wrote up the concept and the backstory of how he survived that long and all that. And so the party finds him in prison, and we didn't even tell you guys who it was right away. Joe figured it out pretty easily, but yeah, we decided to make me Jason, and then we gave him the White Ranger powers still, but not exactly the ones from this world. I won't say much more about that.
I know we haven't even gotten there yet in our storyline, so we just know he's the Alabaster Ranger.
Yep, he is the Alabaster Ranger.
But
that story arc goes very deep, and we'll be seeing more of that sooner than later. I'm sure.
Both of our characters, when they joined, Johnny and Isaiah, who joined later, Rich didn't tell us they were coming. We were just playing. All of a sudden, something happened in game. Then he had them join the Discord right away.
I knew Johnny was coming.
I didn't.
Well, yeah. I mean, Johnny.
Nobody knew it was me until I logged in.
No.
Now, I will admit, sorry to all of you, Johnny has the best intro to coming in. Still think that was probably.
I wasn't there for that, so I can't.
I don't remember it.
We were at like a campfire, and we woke up to like a fight, and then Johnny's character Ben just
came out of nowhere, saves the fucking day.
Yeah, saves the fucking day.
Burst through the ground.
Through the ground.
Yeah, because of the fire elemental. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Fire elemental. Yeah.
I mean, also to be fair, Jason's wasn't meant to be some huge holy shit, it's Jason kind of thing right out the gate. Like you guys essentially rescued what amounts to a hobo from prison. So
he's not wrong.
Pretty much.
We're nothing but a loincloth.
I've seen the same thing on Venice Beach. It's just not as jacked.
Right.
Rich, you want to give a shout out to our artist who's been wonderful adding all these awesome stuff for our campaign?
Yeah, I'd like to thank myself.
Yes and no.
AKA ChatGPT and Gemini.
Again, like this is a voice recording. No one's gonna see the art.
Well, they will cover. We actually have posted art in the Power Rangers Discord in the main Discord in the Discord channel of this Discord. So
all right, things I just found out were a thing.
Yeah, but
and the cover art will be Rebels of Promethea also. So
Richard definitely did most of the heavy lifting when it came to the art as far as Jason's Civ form, but I'm the one who designed the suit, his weapon, and his Zord.
Yeah, that was all Isaiah there.
If you're listening to this and willing to donate and willing to draw for us, we are also willing to do that too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Some people are probably going to get butthurt about the AI images, but
the thing with AI, for what we're doing, I think we're using AI the right way because we wouldn't have the money to hire somebody to make all this art for us. You literally would just be surfing on Google and grabbing random images.
Yeah,
No, so there's a difference. Like, we'll have a quick conversation, but I think AI is fine when you're using it for personal use or stuff like that, where you just it enhances our game by having these AI images and all these tokens and everything else like that versus like a company being like, I'm going to get rid of all these jobs and use AI instead. Like, that's how I look at it.
Or it's not like, we're selling shirts for the podcast with AI art on it or something.
No, right. I wouldn't. I don't sell any shirts, unfortunately, but if I did, I would hire an artist because I wouldn't use AI because it wouldn't be too obvious. But I like it in this context because it's really just for us to make our game enhanced. And otherwise, we literally would just be grabbing images off Google and throwing them together. That's all.
Well, yeah, I even do the same thing with my Cyberpunk game.
Yep, same thing. And we wouldn't be able to fully realize and see what's in our imagination if it wasn't for that. Like just trying to find something fitting on Google Images
It'd be hard.
kind of
It would never work.
it would dampen the
would
experience.
substitute, but like having the AI has increased our game, and I think it's this is what I consider one of the good parts of using AI.
Plus,
It's just when you're selling it.
Rich really twists that AI's arm. He's like shit out some pretty good stuff.
Well, see, I argue with it until I get what I want. I'm going to be the reason that Skynet exists.
Thanks in advance, buddy.
Right.
Hey, AI can work. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing it for. So,
well,
I just wanted
Skynet does exist technically already. It just hasn't done its job yet.
Yeah, I'm going to be the reason that Skynet takes over the world and says "fuck all the humans."
Oopsie poopsie.
Well, everyone, just so you know, we can always reference this podcast in the future. This is pretty much our John Connor, the podcast as we speak.
Bring it on.
John Connor didn't start it; he saved it.
Well,
I can start it too.
I guess he saved it. Whatever.
In 3, he does
the
something that
resistance
leads
leader.
to it. I think it's been a long time.
Well, it's because 2 they prevented it, right? And then 3 they still ended up happening anyway.
He starts it, I think.
I don't know. It's been too long since I've seen 3.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them in a very long time. I haven't gotten him on the podcast yet. It's not a series I am beloved to, so I'm kind of like, whatever.
Right. Like 1 was good, was great. 2 was great. After that, it's just like, okay, you guys are trying too hard.
Well, besides the fact I feel like they just rehash everything from 1 or 2.
They do.
Same thing every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And not as
This
good.
one got to him.
Even the anime is pretty good if you guys haven't seen that, but even that is still in a lot of ways another rehash.
I had no idea there was an anime.
And,
Right?
Yeah.
pretty good. It is set in Japan, I think, primarily.
And as we've been doing this, we've gone through a whole bunch of different campaign ideas, or missions throughout our campaign. Like it started off simple. I know one of our first missions was we went to a museum or something.
Yeah, so it was you went from being coinless rebels. Joe and Mike were coinless rebels that were selected, passed the test necessary to go to Promethea and become, with Bulk, by the way, to become Rangers. Bulk ended up getting mortally wounded. They went down to Mexico and went to a museum that unearthed that was housing a dino gem, gold dino gem. And Dr. O sent them to go get it. And he was like, well, this might save Bulk's life if it attunes to him. And they went and got it and brought it back. So that was your first mission.
And then Bulk became a big part of our party for a while.
Yeah, as we've gotten, when we had less characters, Rich kind of AI'd people for us. And now that we have
I tried to, at first I was doing like the GMPCs. I was like, that's too much work, not doing that shit. So I ended up doing contacts instead.
Yeah.
Which are NPCs that the players kind of have some agency to select their abilities. And,
they don't do anything unless they do an ability. And
it's based on points, a point system. So they were able to then do that. But once we started getting other party members like Johnny, like Isaiah, then it was like, well, all right, we don't really need this anymore as much.
Yeah.
And everything really changed from there. I mean, like you said, we have the contacts, which are still great.
Yeah, they still help us when we get them. Every time we get them, we fucking need them.
Gale Ranger.
Yeah.
That was a fight we'll never forget.
We almost fell off a fucking floating rock.
We came fucking close.
That was probably one of the more epic fights you guys have had.
And we didn't even need to fight him, technically.
Didn't even have to.
Yeah, that
No,
was
because we won the check.
We chose to do that fight.
I know.
That fight was more to see what you can do and actually kind of recruit him. Because if you didn't win that, you might not have him right now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Rich almost has killed us like 4 times.
Oh, there's been a few.
I have dropped out of my suit at least 3 times.
I've dropped out of my suit twice. Once was story scripted. Or once was the Gale Ranger fight and the other one was a training sim.
Yeah, we get our asses beat a lot in this.
None of mine were scripted. I think 2 of mine might have been training sims.
Two of the times I got my ass kicked in Civ form were scripted, though.
I almost died as a not real character a couple weeks ago. I die a lot, or almost die a lot.
Well, that's just because you had to redo your character later on, because this game is... Like, I have put so many points into agility, so my evasion is high, because in this game, if you get hit, you're going down a lot of times because you only have like 3 HP, and most things will do anywhere from 1 to 2 on average. But then if they crit, and then then you got stronger enemies you start fighting, and the game gets as we got farther. So like it doesn't take a whole lot to fuck you up.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Rich almost shot me in the fucking face on like our 3rd session. Okay, it just kind of happened.
Oh yeah, with the Ranger Slayer.
Yeah, we fought the Raging Slayer like was it like 3rd session, 4th session?
It's 3rd, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty sure it's 3rd.
Yeah, it's 3rd. I can see it here, 3rd session. Yeah, I think if I had rolled badly, wouldn't I have gotten killed or something, Rich?
You were very close to getting shot in the face with an arrow from her, but then they got ported out last second by Grace because they were having teleportation issues because there was a hurricane happening around that time, I think. Maybe.
Hurricane.
Well, no,
Here
not
was,
even a
yes.
hurricane, just a tropical storm.
Tropical
And,
storm, hurricane, not that far off from each other.
Close enough. And then they had to get to the roof to get better reception, like a cell phone, and get ported out of there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times in our campaign where we've gotten pretty fucked up. I've been mostly okay, actually. Not a lot has happened to my character.
Yeah, and a lot of it just depends on rules.
It does, yeah.
I remember a session in one of my D&Ds where we had a total party wipe. Whole party died. It was literally just a bench against. He threw out some rogues. Everyone died, and we're like, oh shit, that sucks. He goes, all right, you guys all wake up the next morning, had a real bad dream.
Funny.
I take it that was not the plan, huh?
Yeah, that was not the plan at all.
It's hard. I feel like it's hard. Speaking of party wipes, it's hard to do it in Rangers though, because once somebody goes down, it's easy to pick them back up. So unless we house rule something, which we can always discuss later, I don't know how realistic most party wipes are going to be for you guys.
I'm okay with that.
Well, I know you are, but besides that, like to even like have a character death, unless something really messed up happens, like you drown or something, like it's kind of hard to do. Like the enemy would have to be very ruthless, like some type of assassin to like hit you while you're down,
I mean, I feel like we've come close to where we could get fucked up like that, though.
And that's the other thing is like I have not really targeted you guys very much once you end up losing your powers in a fight. Like if somebody hits you while you're down, very quite possible you'd be dead.
Yeah,
unless there's a good story reason for it. But also since you guys started taking advantage of one of Jason's abilities, we've also started the whole team has started to kind of get that first action in combat for the most part, which allows us to thin ranks.
I sometimes feel like me and Mike kind of fucked up picking basic ass rangers because you guys got more cooler abilities than we do.
The only reason I have cool abilities is because I had to take a spectrum shift at level 4. And it's still the basic ass white ranger.
I was a black ranger and I had a real cool ability. Well, I got made fun of people.
That's a cool ability, yeah.
I just have abilities that boost. Like now, I've been boosting us.
What Joe and Mike, what Joe is referring to is like him and Mike were Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like they were the basic versions of that. I mean, technically you're using the Black Ranger from the book, but you're still not a Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, all my abilities were based on it, though.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not a Mighty Morphin White Ranger, but it's all based off of the White Ranger abilities in the book. So
also partly is that you guys are so much different. Like your 3 Rangers are not Rangers from the spectrum of Ranger. Yeah. Where me and Joe were actually the blue and the green Ranger, just basic at first, because we didn't. I don't know. I didn't have the ideas to really make something different.
I was a cowboy.
I mean,
I was
really worked into that too.
Call Joe's gun basic.
Not his gun, but I mean just the fact that we're Rangers, like blue and green, is basic.
Well, to be fair, also picking the gun was also kind of a dumb choice as well, just because really the whole point of having a Green Ranger is to basically be able to separate yourself. Solo fighter. Yeah. And that kind of got fuckled up because I put everything into being a gun. And technically, if you go through the book, the Pink Ranger is more of the
sniper / marksman.
Because she even gets. The only thing I want to say was if you go through like her abilities like at level 4, which I'm level 8, I don't have anything close to that. She gets an ability where you can basically just shoot through other people. Like it's pretty fucked up.
Oh, okay, which we can't do. So
when I originally was looking at my characters, I was like, oh, Bat Ranger, he's a solo fucking fighter, blah blah blah. Or like I hadn't had the idea of the Bat Ranger yet, but I had joined out of nowhere. So I was like, okay, I was fighting solo, and then I randomly joined. Green Ranger sounds like a good fit for that. And then Rich told me you were the Green Ranger. I'm like, ah, shit. All right, I guess I'll find something else.
I mean, it's worked. I feel like now we have a pretty well designed team now where we are at.
Yeah.
Took a bit. I mean, it also took a lot for us to understand the game.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
one thing we haven't talked about yet is this game has Zord. And things we did not realize how important the skill driving is when you are in a Zord, and we didn't level it up. So our dice rolls ended badly.
I still think autopilot should affect that, but that's my own opinion.
It's too low. Like, we had like D4s, and which should be fine because the way this game works, you roll a D20, then you roll like a D2, D4, D6, D8, whatever it is you have in that skill, up to D12, I think it is. And when you have D4s and you need to hit like 23 to hit, good fucking luck. As we found out the hard way a few times. And we all have different Zords. Of course, two of us have pretty basic Zords. I have Triceratops because I'm a Ranger. And Joe, what do you have?
I have the Dragon Zord because I'm a cowboy, or in the Green Ranger.
But he has a cowboy hat.
But because I am a cowboy, my Zord has a hat and has a little poncho on. Not poncho, a little vest on. Fucking love that Zord.
Poncho vest.
Fucking great design.
Yeah.
Brad, what's your Zord?
It's a bat. It's a bat sword.
Surprising. Wow.
I went
fly.
went real original with it. I am the only one that can fly, so that's original, I guess.
And Johnny, what is yours?
Yeah, I have a rock turtle, but he stands on 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a standing turtle.
Standing turtle.
Like Toka.
Well, like any mutant turtle.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I sent it in the weird tangent, but I might need some of you guys' help. I've decided to finally start reading The Last Ronin because The Last Ronin.
Good book.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
The Last Ronin is becoming a video game. So because we also talk about that. Do you guys have a other book that I could read to understand the Last Ronin better?
As far as I know, there's not really one.
There is nothing to you just got to keep going through it, and they will recap some of the past. There's actually, after The Last Ronin itself, once you read that initial 4 issues, whatever it is, there's more to it after that explains that right
the
there
lost
that
years.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
So is it like
it's kind of a prequel, but you still need to read it after, I think.
Yeah, you do.
I would do it after.
Is it like some of the other turtle stuff that we've read before, where like all the timelines kind of make sense or are the same or something?
Yeah, Last Road is its own thing.
It makes
it's a
makes
self-contained
sense on
story.
Yeah.
So it's a standalone, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything. Nor does anything else connect to it. Because in the Lost Years, they'll explain what's going on in the world.
It's an alternate future of the turtle timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not.
If you know who they are, it makes sense.
Yeah. So it's not like, oh, we make references to the IDW comics, or
No, not really.
No.
There's a joke where we threw Shredder into the garbage can.
No.
There should have been, but no.
And Isaiah, what kind of mech do you have?
Mine is a biomechanical wolf that can turn into a humanoid fighting warrior mode, essentially.
Pretty nice. We've used it. We've had it a few times because we've done multiple Zord fights. We fought the Dragon Zord, or not Dragon Zord, but the Black Dragon Zord, which is Lord Draken's Zord. We fought the Graveyard Zord, or Grave Zord. What is it called, Rich?
Grave Zord.
Okay. Which is the Ranger Slayer Zord. We fought Clayface multiple times.
Only once in Zord.
Yeah, once in grown form, it was once.
Okay.
And don't forget, as of course, being the coolest member of the group, when we transform, we become the best Zord, Dark Sheriff Turtle Teratops.
Yep.
It's a good name.
Oh.
Well, it's great. I just never get it right when I say it in my head.
Yep. And if you want to see what that looks like, you can join our Discord. We have an AI image of it.
That Rich
Yeah, how long did it take you to make that one, Richard?
How long did that take you to make?
How long did it take you to generate the Dark Sheriff Turtle Teratops?
Oh boy, man, it took me quite some time because they were giving me some bullshit designs. Like I don't know how many different prompts I tried, but then I finally got something close to that and tweaked a little bit, and here we are.
I do like it. We only used it a couple times, but I do like it.
I mean,
Yep, and every time Jason's a little bummed out because he can't combine with you guys. The technology is just incompatible.
Well, you get your own like double mech though, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
And
plus
it's
White
still
Knight
uses the same
normally.
unit that my character uses.
Yeah, he doesn't connect anyway. Normally, I feel like.
Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, the Zord fights are tough for us, and they're not my favorite because we can't fucking hit.
I mean, they got a little bit easier for me once I put points into driving and then took like supercharged essence.
Yeah.
So that way, my
I'll be
driving.
doing that next level up.
We have not done one since our whole revamp thing, but I think we'll do better now.
I do too. We've all our different characters, which we are not talking about in this.
Yeah. Well, it's called a tease, Mike.
Right, it gets them excited for the next episode.
A year from now?
Or I mean, 10 minutes, however long it takes us to talk about it.
Well, I mean, a year before because I don't want to talk about when we came back, what our characters are. We take a break, and that's where we're wrapping this up at.
Okay.
So,
well, spoilers for that too.
Yeah, whenever we consider season 2 to be done.
Yeah, I mean, season 1 was just kind of we were taking a break, and so we just kind of like, okay, here's where we'll cut it.
Yeah. I don't know. We were also spending cutting this talk at that too.
Oh yeah, because this was supposed to happen before we came back, but it didn't work out well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The one shot wouldn't end.
So I did not look at your notes at all. So I'm kind of on me, I guess.
That's fine. And then throughout the campaign, we had a lot of really cool story moments to have come up. Some earlier on, we started off because Rich knows me, and Trump was one of our villains.
We here at the Games My Mom Found do not condone any violence towards the president, but because how we are and how funny it is, especially because how more and more of our government sounds like a supervillain. We did have supervillain moments in our campaign.
And we will keep it very vague on how he was eliminated from the campaign.
By Lord Draken.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. But during the current moment of our current session, we do not have a president of the United States.
He's no longer. Well, someone took over.
Someone took
did.
over.
But the best part in that story, we were in a crowd, and Rich was like, okay, do you guys want to stand up to show yourself to Draken, or he's gonna get rid of the president? And Rich knew I wasn't standing up, even though the virtual version I still wasn't standing up.
Draken was calling out the Rangers. He didn't know they were there. He doesn't even know their identities, but he had enough of their shit up to this point. He was like calling them out, and they're there trying to hopefully keep the peace. They did not know Draken was going to be there. It was just an anti-Ranger speech from the president, propaganda speech from the president. Draken showed up because he and the president were loosely kind of allies. And Draken was like, all right, well, you're not going to show up. You're not going to step forward. Well, we're going to do this. And he eliminated the president.
Didn't he threaten just a regular random civilian first?
It was after, actually, I think.
Okay.
Did we show ourselves then?
Because you guys still didn't step up, obviously.
I don't think we did at all.
People started panicking.
We did eventually. I don't know.
People started panicking, and Draken grabbed a Ranger supporter that was in the crowd and
that's
threatened to kill her right there. And that's when you guys finally stepped up.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew I wasn't going to volunteer when it was him, so
didn't we also have like a funny joke? Didn't you make America Power Ranger list again or something like that?
It was
he made a cool AI video.
Make Earth great again.
Yeah, make Earth great again. Yeah.
There's a lot of real good, real videos of Trump saying weird things.
And AI made a good one. It wasn't that far fetched.
Yeah, Johnny and Isaiah kind of missed out on those AI. I was making AI videos of him talking about the team.
Talking shit.
Yeah, they were pretty.
He was talking shit about their Zords. They're cheaply made and all this stuff.
Oh my god!
I would love
not made in America, and
I'm pretty sure they're still on the drive, aren't they?
If they're not, I can only show you guys after this.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking funny. I did not, and then we went there for a bit, and then we kind of wrapped that up because we didn't stand up for him, so he just disappeared.
That though, you can't bypass that moment because
and he got his ass beat a little bit.
You got to cover that whole session. I know Isaiah and Johnny missed that, but that right there was one of the peak sessions.
Yeah, that was
Dr. O shows up in that too.
That was like a pinnacle moment, story wise as well. Like it was like funny and shit for us, but like story wise, it was also like a pinnacle, like, oh shit's happening moment.
It was like that would have been one of the most amazing mid-season finales, or kind of what it was, like a mid-season finale right there.
Yeah.
It was
the tone
a big
for the
moment.
campaign going forward.
Yeah, and it did. And I really wanted the team to have a moment to where they come face to face with Draken, because up until that point they never did. I mean, he's talked to them directly on the news and took over broadcasts, and but never face to face.
And that is a boss in the game. So I mean, we technically might have to fight him at some point.
We will.
Or
he's dead.
Or if you
never
want
can.
to, as a fun reminder, because as I will always say, Rich is a great DM.
He really is.
Only ever had 3. Rich was also secretly sending me messages trying to corrupt my character.
No way.
Because I do know for a fact in a later book you can have Draken as a NPC character.
Ooh.
But
but
I was getting join the dark side, young Green Ranger, and I was like, no,
You never told us this.
That's hilarious.
I didn't even know that. That's funny. We've been playing this for over a year, and you never once mentioned that.
No, I did because remember there's a
Where the
moment
fuck am I?
No, there was a moment in the earlier session where I told Grace, I was like, hey, I've been getting fucking messages on my phone about like I knowing who we are, and
I remember hearing something about that, but
I didn't know it was
Draken.
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 Actually, I don't know if it was Draken. Rich hasn't really revealed that yet. Or
we actually have not what that was.
Okay, so I didn't just pass out and miss stuff. Okay, good. I was thinking I wasn't paying enough attention.
Okay, I got secret messages from someone threatening me at some point. That was also fun.
Wait, threatening? I thought that, okay.
Yeah, there was some threats in there.
There's some threats in there.
So that actually happened, I think, before you started.
I remember hearing, like, when I joined, I remember him getting a weird text message.
I think I got a second opportunity, like, right after you joined, Brad.
But I don't remember anything happening with it after.
He's had about
I didn't know anything about
messages, I want to say. Yeah, this is before, I think, the newer guys showed up.
Yeah, probably before Johnny.
Definitely before Johnny.
I came right after the assassination.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
and that's when who's another version of Tommy who's been with us. We got to see him in action as the Black Dino Ranger.
So the team came face to face, Morph in the crowd first, then came face to face with Draken, and Draken was like, all right, had this talk with each one of them, kind of called each one of them out, then sent his Tyranno Sentries to kind of clean up his light work. The team beat the Tyranno Sentries, and Draken was like, all right, my turn. And he was just about to crack his neck and beat the hell out of these Rangers. And these guys, dude, I could hear it in their voice, like, fuck, we're doing this now. And then they hear,
worried.
It would have been really bad for you, but
I know we wouldn't hit them.
Then they heard this like mechanical, like almost like a jet engine noise kind of coming in, and this like overshadowing the crowd. The Mechazord shows up, which I think were first introduced at that scene where Grace is piloting her Promethea Mechazord with something in its claw, and it opens its claw, and a figure jumps from its hand, flips down all the way to the ground, lands like a damn superhero, and it's the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. And in the background, you hear a metal version, like a even more epic metal version of the Dino Thunder theme, and it's going nuts. And then Dr. O, Black Dino Thunder Ranger, comes face to face with Draken for the first time with their helmets on, and Dr. O starts talking to Draken, saying a little bit of things here and there that only somebody like Tommy would know, like himself or a close friend. And Draken's confused, and as they start fighting and they're going blow for blow, one guy gets a hit, the other one gets a hit. Draken starts getting dirty, pulls out a weapon. Dr. O pulls out his staff. They go at it some more. And throughout that banter of the fight, Draken's like, who's telling you this shit? Was those weaklings like Zach or Trini, or who's telling you about this that only they would know? And eventually Draken, or Dr. O, pulls off his helmet, reveals that he is Tommy, and Draken pulls off his helmet, and he's just fucking mind blown, and he can't believe his eyes. And this is his introduction to the concept that there are other dimensions out there. And he takes that retreats in his ship with his remaining army and gets to work on what that could mean.
Haven't seen him since. Well, that's not true. Never mind. We saw him one time.
No, we saw him later on. There's stuff that happened where where he's gone. I don't even remember what it was exactly. I think something fell on him, and then he disappeared.
Command Center was the fight with.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I think that was a huge pivotal moment in as far as the characters go. Because, well, I mean, I'll go more in depth when we get to that point. Unless we want to talk about it now.
Well, first, you brought up the music. I do want to talk about how Rich also has a music thing he runs in the background that we all listen to, so the songs change, which is actually enhances the game, too, a lot more.
It does. Like, some of those sad moments, like, for example, though, like, with the Draken versus Dr. O fight, there was some really epic music going on there. Pompeii from, I forget the artist's name on that, it just really set the tone. But there was also, I know a few of you that were there for this, the Command Center scene with the Billy hologram.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably the most emotional moment we've ever had in game.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is the team went on a mission to go retrieve the Blue Ranger Battleizer from the old command center that Zach and Trini informed them about that was hidden there that Draken did not know about. And they go there and they in Billy's old like office, let's say, or workroom,
Lab.
They found maybe, I guess. All the above.
What you called it? No.
I don't remember what I called it. They found a hologram of Billy leaving a message to his former team, which nobody on our team was one of the former ones, but they knew that they could have brought that back to the Coinless, to Zach and Trini, and show them that, which they did. But him talking to his friends and practically saying goodbye, because he knew that if they saw that message, as he said in the message, that he no longer exists. And so he said his goodbyes in the message. And then the music in the background, it was the theme from the campfire scene in the first Turtle movie. And it was a hard one to get through.
I mean, hell, it was hard when I went through it.
And then we replayed it for Johnny and Isaiah when we first introduced Jason to Dr. O.
Which was an epic scene.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you get your ass kicked?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess we can talk about that a little bit. Yeah, so like my character not knowing that Dr. O is a different Tommy, having just like he's in prison put there by Tommy. Tommy's coming there and taunting him every so often. It's his only human interaction for 18 months. Gets out, like he's rescued by the party. And so they take him back to Promethea and they take him to Dr. O's office. Well, my character just sees Tommy. He doesn't know that this is a different Tommy and immediately launches over the desk to attack him. I didn't have my dice at the time, so I was using all my rolls through Roll20. And I believe I could still pull those up at some point. But every attack was a failure. And then the last scripted attack rolled a crit fumble. Which was so it couldn't have been planned any better. Smack my head on the desk, knock out cold for a second, and that's when they play the message for Billy. Now, I get very into my characters. Like Richard knows this, I make a playlist of music to help me get into that character's mindset. So my mindset at this time is playing Jason, and he plays that message, and I actually almost break down crying.
Yeah, it was meant to be a very emotional moment for not only everybody else that's around, but particularly Jason, and also to get him to realize that, hey, these are the good guys. Tommy is the good guy.
Hey, Rich, do me a solid and please save any more of my sad moments and save the Naruto flute for it.
Okay, all right, I'll keep it.
Right. I mean, it worked out well for a spot that we're not going to get into.
Yeah.
In this podcast.
Mm-hmm. It might work pretty well for some of the things that Joe and I have been talking about. Maybe one day.
Yeah, nothing sad though. I promise. Wink, wonk.
So, but yeah, it's like I think my character's the only one to actually get his ass kicked by two different Tommies.
Yes, he is.
This is true. You're the only one that has faced any Tommies, actually.
Right.
Yeah, we have.
I don't think the team wants any of that shit. To be honest, they don't want that.
I don't want my character to get murdered.
Jason at this mindset cares more about getting revenge, because at this time he knows Billy's dead. He still thinks that Trini, Zach, and Kim are dead. So he thinks he's the only survivor at this point. Well, he wants his pound of flesh.
Well, what else does he have to lose at that point?
Exactly. He has nothing to lose at this point. He's got ranger powers that he doesn't understand, even though at this time he doesn't feel like he's an actual ranger because he failed his team. He was the leader. So at this point, he's got nothing left. So he goes off half-cocked and attacks Dr. O.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how that went. So, and you got to think, if Dr. O was able to hold his own against Draken, and almost like beat him in a sense, where do you think he is with levels, you know?
Right. Exactly. But then, that, like I said, that also plays into something that we'll go into later, where, it kind of fits along the same theme of Jason's character at this time.
Yeah.
We all really have evolution with our characters. Like with my character, we introduced the SPD being that could be a thing for him, and we had a character that joined us, Emmy, which was my partner when I was a cop. When my character was a cop, and then eventually is now an assist for our team, which has saved our ass a few times once.
I'm from space.
Yeah, Joe's a space samurai, or he's a space cowboy, but he has a master who is a samurai.
Yes, I'm a space cowboy.
Cowboy samurai.
Cowboy
But I call the
samurai.
coward.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm Batman.
No
Question
fucking way.
for you,
Really?
Joe, question for you. How pissed were you legitimately that I called Shiva a coward?
Oh, I don't know. I was listening to the story beats. I thought it was great.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, how dare you call this fictional leader?
Richard and I actually planned that out for a couple of weeks.
I believe that.
My character would have hit you, or at least tried to.
Oh,
Yeah,
if you were
tried.
talked about his parents and shit, like, go find your
Dead parents. Oh!
Yeah, keyword there is tried. Jason wasn't there for the martial arts tournament.
And then also throughout the game, we haven't done a lot with it yet, but like when it comes to Johnny's character, there's other Terror Rangers out there. We only fought one so far, but I know there's a couple more.
Two.
Idris Elba!
We fought.
I guess one we didn't fight, one we saw.
Oh, we saw the fire guy. We didn't fight him though.
Yeah.
You know about one other one.
Yeah,
I
the
thought we
aqua
saw the
one.
water one. I thought we saw the water one already.
No.
You haven't seen them, no.
Okay.
No, we saw the fire one off in the distance. We fought the Gale Ranger where we almost fell off the rock.
So
'Cause-
I don't know if this counts as spoilers. Is Ben's team 5 Ranger group or a 3 Ranger group?
All we know is, well, I'll let Johnny say what he knows.
I know for sure it's a 4-member group plus me.
Okay, so
Anything?
5.
Yeah,
that
no,
would
4,
be that would be 4 altogether.
4.
Yeah, that math ain't mathing.
Okay.
But the fun part is, I told Rich, "Hey, have fun with it." So I don't know that much either. So I'm learning literally almost as far as the rest of us are learning. So
But that's what
I'll
makes the
touch
game so much fun.
base.
yeah.
I'll touch base with him a little bit about like Primal Ranger lore, and here's some of my ideas. But I keep it vague enough to where when I pull something and bring it into the storylines, he doesn't really know a lot of it's coming or what the real effect is going to be.
Yeah.
He didn't know the Infernal Ranger was going to be standing there out in the distance, and, stuff like that.
It's
Speaking
fun
of-
learning.
About your story arc.
Yeah.
Speaking of Primal Rangers, that right there, like, could be a whole super interesting campaign on its own.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not only just in in the coinless world that we're doing, like they are just in this modern time frame. It could be past Primal Rangers in any time era because these powers have been around since the dawn of the planet, right? So there's so many things you can do with it. One shots, campaigns. It's I think it'd be pretty damn cool to explore one day.
We have ran 2 different one-shots, or Rich has ran 2 different one-shots since we've been doing this.
Well, one that's connected. Well, I guess even the other one was connected.
You connected. It wasn't meant to be. It was you wanted to do a horror thing for October, which we didn't record in October, but because of life. But like we did it was a whole different game set, wasn't it too? It wasn't Essence 20.
The system was actually Descents, is what it's called.
Okay. Which ended up playing into our main story.
It did, and I found that system just because I wanted a horror one-shot or a Halloween one-shot kind of thing, and I was like, well, this one sounds decent enough. It's not expensive. Why not, right? So it seemed easy enough to run, and that introduced us 5-6 new characters
Something
6
like
characters, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 6 because each one of you played 2
Yeah,
characters.
Yeah, I wasn't
And,
there for that one.
Yeah, you weren't a part of the group yet, and that was where we introduced the Oni for the first time, and then we drug over one of the player characters, Yukio, and the Oni, and injected them into the Ranger RPG.
Which was a surprising twist when you did that.
Yeah. No, I don't think any of us saw that coming.
No.
I kept that secret for a while.
Joined our team.
That everybody seems to like.
Not surprised. So, yeah.
I mean, Jason did. We haven't really talked about where his mind is on that whole situation since the break, but I think
it's
fair. To be fair, Jason's always had a thing for cute Asian chicks.
This is also
especially in the comics.
Yes. Trini.
That's not to mention. I mean, we got Yukio in front of him, and then we got Trini that's still alive. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. I think the French call that a menage a trois.
Indeed, they do. It's going to be a menage a trois in this a little bit.
Right.
I mean, there's been so many good moments. We fought sharks at one point on a boat, which is going to lead us to an eventual mission.
The whole Rita.
Yeah, Rita, which you took a dumbass character from the actual show and made him more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, people do that all the time. Take a look at Dragon Ball Z Abridged and how what they did with Nappa.
The amount of time people fucking mention that show to me. If I had a nickel, I'd have dollars.
Ooh,
$20 bill.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it. It's amazing.
One day I'll make Mike watch it.
Not whole dollars.
I probably have like $100 by this point. People were always trying to tell me I should watch Abridged. It's just funny how it keeps coming up.
So good. It's so good. You're going to go to the bathroom before you start watching it because you're going to laugh your ass off.
Apparently you don't listen to me talk about comedy on this podcast, huh? So
no, but I'm just going to say 2 words, and I know the people who have watched Abridged are going to laugh. Muffin Button.
Muffin Button.
Muffin Button.
So one person laughed. I know Joe knows Abridged. I don't know Abridged. One day I'll get to it. It's on my large to-do list.
I have approximate knowledge of most things.
But yeah, so I mean, we fought Rito, we fought the Oni, we fought the sharks, and it's always been interesting. It's not like we just go into a combat, whoop ass, and win.
There's not a lot of whoop ass in our combat usually either, so it takes
I don't know. Jason holds his own.
There's a lot of different things
but
it's
not
I
fast.
tend to. There's a lot of all the scenarios that you guys find yourself in. It's usually not repeated. It's something original or unique to the situation that you haven't seen before.
I mean, and you also have put dungeons together too, which you take a map and then we're just moving grid by grid. And there's been a lot of cool stuff with that too, like stuff that you couldn't do if we didn't have Roll20. I mean, because we're not person, so you would have had to have camera like we were back in high school with the old Luminator, those frickin' I forgot what those things are called, the projector. Yeah, remember these maps? I mean, you'd have to do that, like pretty much, put the camera above it so it shows the graph and you just cross things off. But
yeah, Roll20's been real helpful.
It's good. I mean, I knew the D&D group that I played a little bit with not too long ago. They played in person, but they used a horizontal TV to use Roll20 on.
Really?
Yep. And for my Cyberpunk game, which Richard's actually a part of, that we play, we do the same thing. We play in the basement of my work, and my boss is involved, so yes, he knows about it. We actually project Roll20 through our projector onto a screen.
Yep. It works out. It works out pretty good, but yeah. So that surprised me for maybe some of you that I'm a part of Isaiah's Cyberpunk Red now.
I am aware of that.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. They got to fight a guy who enslaved chickens.
Yeah, that was our supplemental mission at the end there.
We also fought Scarecrow from Batman at one point too. He was one of our bosses.
Too. Not trademarked, not related.
We fucked that up.
We fought a Scarecrow Man.
Yeah.
Crow Scare.
Fright Raven. Get it right. Fright Raven.
There, yep. I was going to say Fear Raven, but you beat me to that.
Fear Raven's actually a really good name.
It is.
Goldar.
Someone trademark that right later, now. Dude. Yeah.
We fought Goldar in the Dark Dimension. You also introduced the Psycho Rangers too a little bit, very briefly.
At least one of them, yeah.
When did we do that?
Because we ran for our life.
That was the Dark Dimension when you guys were escaping the Dark Dimension.
Yep.
I think we're going back. Yes. I think when we go back to that. The Dark Dimension. Every time I hear Dark Dimension, I still think of Yu-Gi-Oh! For something. I think it's the Shadow Realm, but still. That's where my brain goes
of
to.
something else.
Yeah, 2 very different words.
I know.
My brain can't put my finger on it when I hear Dark Dimension. It does not make me think of this though.
I don't know.
We were in Japan for a little while. That's where we fought the Oni Demon. That's where we fought the Gale Ranger. That was fun.
The
Yu-Gi-Oh
Sharks.
was introduced to everyone at that point as a family member of Joe's mentor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine how pissed she was when I called Joe's mentor a coward. Jason had good reason to, though, at the time.
We learned that I learned how to use a gun from a Japanese man, which doesn't really make any sense. But you know what? Don't question my logic. Okay? We're having
Just enjoy
fun.
it.
Leave
Exactly.
me alone.
And we make it make sense, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tune in or shut up.
Right, exactly.
And we have fought
Right.
a lot of different, like the Draken guards, the sentries, which I've always enjoyed that. I mean, now I know they're kind of weaker, so we don't fight them as much, but I enjoy it. We can actually hit them and take them out in one hit. That's nice.
As you guys have seen, I don't really say no too often, especially when it comes to your characters.
No.
As long as it fits, the story, and as long as it fits, the game mechanics, I'm all right with it.
Yes. As long as it fit the story and the game of mechanics, not Mike trying to kill people in our first 4 sessions.
No, it's session 6, by the way. We were fighting the Mafia, and he downed a guy. I was going to stab him on the ground.
Murdering.
You're gonna shoot him in his face.
I was going to stab him in his face, but then you told me not to.
Well,
Well,
okay,
I
and
gave you
then
a choice not to. So you
You
could
told me
have
there'd be consequences if I go down that road, so I decided not to.
a
Yes.
few sessions later, when we were going through the base that Scarecrow was in, I think, and
The
I
outpost.
knocked out. I
Fear Raven.
knocked out fucking
Yeah.
Black Rain or Black Sentry. You were gonna kill that dude.
So, in case anybody's having trouble putting it together, Mike was the murder hobo.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Even though I was Batman, is like I don't do murder. He pulled out his gun and was just ready to execute this dude.
I was actually debating having Jason being played like that initially, just because of the whole mind fuck from prison.
Yeah, Mike would have loved that.
Yeah, we were going to do that at one point, but then it didn't happen.
Yeah, and the Bat Ranger came and he's like, no murder.
Yeah, and that's when I wanted to murder everybody.
And,
Well,
and then
no.
we had to, and then we had to look up the rules on how people die, and turns out they don't actually die. It gets real complicated and weird.
Well, we get to choose that. I get to choose if they die or not. It can
Yeah.
be knockout, or you can choose it.
Yeah.
Same even when a ranger, a player character, ends up getting to 0 with their health, you guys can technically die if you choose at that moment. Like I want it to be a mortal blow. You can do that,
Really?
When you want to leave the game, that's what you do.
or roll a new character.
Well, to be fair, we also learned another valuable lesson, which was, oh man, maybe if you had been a little less of a bastard, Mike, you could have gotten Saba like how I own him now. He's my awesome magic sword.
I will tell you, when I introduced Saba, I thought of the concept of bringing him in. I did not have any person in mind for it. It's just when I finally was going through it, and I was like, well, how am I going to really introduce it? I should make it more of a thing than they just grab it and that's it, right? So I started going through it, and I was like, well, this character morally just won't fit. And the Bat Ranger, his powers are from the total opposite end of the spectrum. Like it's almost like the Nether realm in a sense.
Yeah.
So that didn't fit, and only person left was Joe.
Yeah, I made my character a little different, so he definitely did not fit. I'm not it, but now I'm an SPD. Or no, never mind. But I'm gonna become an SPD, so I had to change my ways. They might not let me join.
Never mind. I was gonna make a political commentary comment, but
Oh, you
No,
can.
like-
You know what?
Great, a cop with a killer instinct. Is that?
I know. You guys, we made that joke during the sessions too. Like,
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah, we did.
it's RoboCop. There's so many ways to go with it.
Mike, I don't think Johnny and Isaiah, I don't think you guys were here for that. Technically, RoboCop, Mike also has a fucking suit of armor he needs to use more.
I don't have it anymore.
No,
he
not
did.
anymore. He doesn't.
You got
That's
rid of the
connected
armor.
to the-
God damn it.
It's connected to his Triceratops.
Yeah,
powers.
so we have ideas for that in the future.
I almost
Yeah.
brought it up when you brought up him getting it in Billy's thing, but I was like, I don't know if we're supposed to talk about what's happening in the future, so I didn't.
Oh, I used it once.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Mike might have a fucking Swiss Army knife of stuff, but he's only pulling out the toothpick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten better now. Trying to get better, but yeah, I use what I like. Well, I didn't use it because one thing my character does is I'm kind of the healer of our group too, even though I need to make that better.
Yeah. You I could heal before, but I can't anymore. So yeah, you're gonna need to do that more.
Mm-hmm. Well, it helps when we have Johnny too, so he doesn't, he don't get hit because his defense is
And
so
let's
high.
be fair, Jason is not bad as a tank either.
No, you're not. Which also helps our team dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, talking about new shit that no one's gonna know what it means. I should be able to get hit less more and take less damage now too.
Yes. Hey, any other events you guys want to mention? We haven't talked
Well, I
about
mean,
yet?
we haven't talked about like towards the end of the first season. Like there was the whole. So I'll preface this from Jason's point of view. While we were in Japan, Jason finds out that Shiba was the original Red Samurai Ranger, a team that existed long ago. And after the death of a team member, he kind of hung it up instead of passing the power on. Jason, in a bit of passion when we're back at Promethea, finding out that Shiba is a suitable ranger ally, goes off half cocked and calls Shiba a coward to his face in front of his granddaughter and his student. Then storms off. So after Jason storms off, these guys get into a martial arts tournament, and this was actually kind of planned from that perspective. Otherwise, it would have been uneven numbers, and Jason would have won. Because at that point, I was rolling D6 with specialization for my attacks. So, but anyway, so we go to Jason decides he needs to see familiar sights and goes to the command center and is very emotional at this point. And lo and behold, the evil Tommy shows up. And this is where I was saying earlier that Jason kind of gives the characters a little bit of hope that Tommy can be defeated because he held his own until Tommy cheated.
We also magically saw it, even though we weren't supposed
Yeah, well, thanks to the new Alpha Nexus unit.
to.
Oh yeah, Stripper Alpha.
Yep.
Yeah, we made our own Alpha.
Yep, Alpha was even taking bets. Like as soon as everybody saw Jason stood a chance, Alpha's like, now taking bets.
Again, join Patreon or whatever, and you can see the images.
Yep.
Discord.
You joined the Discord, but not a Patreon.
We decided to make Alpha a healer, so I went off and put him in a nurse's outfit.
Hot.
Because, we got to have fun with that. But yeah, so after Jason gets his ass whooped by Draken after he cheated, the coinless come in and collapse the command center. I'll let Richard kind of take over and flow the story here until we get back to until Jason wakes up.
All right, so we want to cover the Jason versus Draken fight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Jason trips on the way to the command center, trips a security device on the way up there. He sees his old wrecked Thunder Zord, Red Dragon Thunder Zord. He's finally returning to the battlefield that he once left when he was lastly the Red Ranger at that time, and goes back in, tries to kind of face his past a bit, thinks about everything that's happened up to that point, and because he tripped that sensor outside, it alerted not only Finster 5, who has a connection to the command center, but also Alpha Nexus, who has the command center database connected within him as well, that Saba transferred over. So Draken hears about, that Jason is there from Finster 5. He ends up confronting Jason. He meets Jason there. He has easy access to get in there into the command center. He meets Jason there, and they have kind of like a debate argument kind of thing going on, insulting each other, and they end up fighting. And this is all happening while the team is doing self-defense training. Alpha Nexus comes in the room with Grace, and she displays the fight that's happening due to Alpha having that connection to the command center, and he displays it to the team, and there's no way they can get down there in time to help him out. So they're watching this pay-per-view fight from Alpha Nexus, Tommy versus Jason, round 2. And
this is round 3 or round 4.
I forgot about the karate.
There was the martial arts
and then the Green Ranger. Jesus. Yep. All right. So yeah, and at this point, Tommy's like what, 2-1 against you, and until
no, 1-1-1 because we tied at the karate tournament.
Okay.
Jason beats him and destroys the Sword of Darkness, so it becomes 1-0-1 in favor of Jason. And then Tommy wipes the floor with him at the command center as Jason's taking on the white powers.
Okay. All right.
So that's what evened out the score.
Jason ends up holding his own enough against Draken, but eventually, being as ruthless as he is and more skilled at this time at least. He ends up kicking the shit out of Jason at the end of it. And he goes up to him, takes his morpher out of his pocket, and then he proceeds to try to kill him. Tries to bust his head open like he would, like karate bricks at a demonstration. And last second, a flashbang goes off. The Coinless end up showing up, Zach, Trini, and Bulk. And Bulk pulls Jason out of there. They get away, and as they get out of the command center, they blow the C4 that they strapped to the command center and bury Draken within it.
Yeah. All the while, Jason's knocked out cold for this. So the next thing he sees when he wakes up are two people he think is dead in Trini and Zach. And in fact, like the first 5 minutes of that interaction was them trying to convince Jason he's actually not dead. So yeah, it was about 5 minutes, wasn't it, Richard? That they were trying to actively convince him.
Yeah, they kind of went back and forth with him a bit, and until Trini slapped the shit out of him.
Yep.
Is that real enough?
And all I was like, ow.
And this is where he learns that Volk is the Gold Dino Thunder Ranger, and he gets to see how he is now a year and a half later.
And of course, I had to make the comment of asking if he ever beat my bench press record.
Mm-hmm.
So. Because, you got to throw it back to the things that actually happened in the show prior to Green with Evil. Because that stuff's all canon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why Dr. O brought up the spin kicks and Bulk had to leave the room because he got embarrassed.
Right.
But that leads us into stuff with the Ranger Slayer.
Okay, that was the last thing we did before our break was the Ranger Slayer fight with the Grave Zord. Yeah, she jumped in our mechs and kicked our asses. Yeah.
All while I'm like, okay, guys, I got something cool we're going to do. And I'm making my way in my Zord, because my Zord is the last one to be called. I'm making my way in my Zord to where they're at, and then they all just jump into her Zord. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he had a nice big plan, but, it especially had to be, because that fight could have took probably another hour and a half.
Oh,
yeah, we were running out of time. We were getting tired.
If not longer. Like, she might have actually, destroyed you guys eventually.
I don't think eventually. I think she would have, yes. We couldn't fucking hit her.
The way it was going, yeah, she was pretty ruthless. She was living up to her name. Ain't that right, Joe?
Yeah.
She's
gonna grab my ass cheeks one of these days, come back and just be missing a chunk of me.
Yep. She didn't get a chance to hit you with the arrow back in the museum, but when you were in that Zord, she got you then.
Oh no, we were fighting her in Dr. O's Zord. That's right.
Right. Well, it was the combination of the Dragon Zord and Dr. O's.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because we were getting fucked up in that fight. And that was
it was you versus the Grave Zord, your Zords versus the Grave Zord, and eventually, and you guys didn't see this coming. I pulled the Green Ranger arc in a way, the evil Green Ranger arc, and I made it the evil Pink Ranger arc, and made her board your Zords or that Zord.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
I kind of saw it coming, but I wasn't going to spill anything.
I didn't know.
You were in the other mech, so.
Yeah, I was in my own, trying to catch up to you guys.
I was also.
We did just enough to survive, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We haven't died yet. Okay.
Yet is the operative word.
Yeah, your two hardest fights so far have probably been that Ranger Slayer fight and the Black Dragon.
Yeah.
The Black Dragon's hard too because his stats are so high.
Yeah, both of them were Zord fights.
Yep. Which hopefully we'll do better at the next time we have a Zord fight.
Even with the Zord, the Grave Zord, her out of the Zord was still really bad.
Yeah.
It was worse, I think.
Might have been worse.
She's just
I was debating Jason. I was debating having Jason not even board the Zord with you guys and try to contain the Grave Zord.
Because what we might have forgot is the Grave Zord also has its own autopilot, and the original plan at first, and we actually were doing it at first, is it was going to fight the remaining Zords or whatever was going on, but due to time constraints, we had to pull the plug.
Oh yeah, we were, because we normally try to run these from like 6:30 to 10 or 10:30 when we run them to 4 hours. We've had a couple sessions we had one session that went to 11 or 11:30.
It was
one
second
shot.
11:30.
The one shot.
Yeah,
that was our longest for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, our second round of the one shot. We're ending this now. We're not doing this a third time.
Definitely worth it though, especially for that last combat.
Oh, yeah.
At least from at least from my point of view.
Any other things you want to mention from the main campaign before we go to the one shot?
I want to talk about Joe having his standoff with Rita.
Oh yeah. Forgot about this.
That was fun.
No, we haven't mentioned the stranger at all.
The Wise Man, yeah.
We haven't mentioned Zoe much. Haven't dug into that.
No, we have not. Okay, we got a few things then.
So I got to have so part of my character's backstory, which I haven't mentioned a lot all recently, is my character is an alien from a cowboy planet. I got sent to Earth and then learned the ways of the gunman in Japan. I was also transporting Zeo Crystal, which was part of like one thing that it's never an issue. Trust me. Me and Richard talked about it too. We always had ideas kind of going. At least I think we were having a blue Zeo Crystal ready in case anyone wanted it. Between me and Mike and kind of what the game's going for. Technically, that thing's still out there, so we could still do something with it. But what is it? There's basically a ship somewhere with the crystal that I technically had. And at some point, Rita Repulso comes up and just wants a piece of my sweet cowboy ass, and we have a badass
that sweet cowboy ass.
Yeah, we have a badass cowboy showdown in a parking lot.
Yeah. And nobody saw that coming, I'm sure. And I played the Western theme with it too. Oh man, that was
good.
A cool moment.
I wore a cowboy hat in real life.
That was good, and that's another thing I mean about doing original stuff. Like I know when I get it. This is always a good indication for me. Is like when I get excited about something that I'm writing, I know damn well you guys are gonna love it, and it's happened that way every time.
Oh yeah, definitely been fun. And I do like the original stuff a lot.
And that's kind of my style. And I mean, I'm by no means will ever say I'm the best GM ever. You know, like I'm not even close. I got a lot to learn. I know what some of my weaknesses are, but I know what my strengths are too. And that usually lies within the narrative and the storytelling. And I just try to treat it that way to where you guys can, for the most part, disconnect yourselves from real life and just really get involved in this world. It's like to make it feel like it's a real world.
Yeah.
And give you something different, you know, because you can wing a campaign like a lot of D&D players do and just like, oh, what do you guys want to do next? I mean, that's cool. Some people love that, but that also can sometimes strip down a narrative.
Absolutely.
For what we have.
And I think the narrative is the most important aspect of this campaign.
Oh yeah, agreed.
And Brad, do you want to talk about Zoe? That's more connected to your backstory.
I don't really know anything about her.
Fair. I don't think we know some.
Yeah, our characters don't really know anything about her. She was a random person we met in the shadow dimension, which I guess we haven't really talked about either.
A little bit.
Yeah, not much. It's where we found Isaiah's character.
Yeah, she's the reason that Jason was freed from the prison.
Oh yeah. She did give us the mission to free you.
Yes, and we got there through your nightmares.
Yeah.
And if you want me to give you some behind the scenes, I might have explained this before off the podcast, but the only reason that she was introduced was because I needed a reason for you guys to go save him. Because I could have said, just, whatever, this guy's locked up. Well, how do I get you to him and make it to where you have a reason to go get him? Well, she dangles. Yeah, like if you never would have agreed to go save him, you would have had a fun time trying to get out of the dark dimension, if ever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was your way out. So I was like, well, they need this to happen. They need a way out. They have no other know-how to do so. I need to connect it to for the reason to go to this dungeon.
Yeah,
and you did. You gave us a reason,
and that was when we had that fun little character reveal that you guys didn't see coming.
No. Not at all. What was the other thing you mentioned?
We didn't mention Squeaky either. You guys leave Squeaky out of this?
Forgot about Squeaky. The little bat.
Oh, yeah.
Bat.
Yeah, he was your guide to Zoe to begin with.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What else did I mention? Was there another character? I don't remember.
We haven't talked about, which she isn't really much of a character anymore, the girl who joined us in the very early part.
Oh, Karuna, yeah.
Karuna, who's a different species.
Yeah, she's from Edenoi, so she's fairly new to Earth. Not that long there, but she came with her own Ranger powers. By the way, she was also, I believe, maybe one of the coinless as well, but she had eventually her own powers that come from Edenoi.
Yeah. So one of the other options, which also proves, I don't know what Rich had going on for you guys. Rich was kind of throwing at the fact for me because he did look up something, which I still kind of have saved as well. But Edenoi is also the planet where, if you ever watched like the OG Power Rangers, we did get the Kamen Rider, which is where she's supposed to be from. It's a race in the comic anyways, just with no Kamen Rider stuff, but Rich did find a Kamen Rider like sheet. But it's very bare bones, very fan made, and I feel like I wouldn't have minded going maybe that route just for it to be really silly, but also was like, yeah, but this is it's not as like openly as you being able to pick and choose from like all the books. So I was like, I don't really think it would be that fun going that route.
I will say this, Joe, if now that we understand the system a lot more,
Yeah, that too.
we could definitely, we didn't understand it enough back then. Now we could probably pull it off and make it fairly accurate. We could probably use another role as a base and just kind of tweak what we need to tweak.
Yeah.
So that's not a big deal there now. Then it would have been a monumental task, but that was an option I did present to him. So in mild spoiler, but it's not like he's going that route anyway. So
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I thinking about it now, now that I know a little bit more about Kamen Rider or the Masked Rider as they call it in America, I don't know how well that would have fit with the team, being that Kamen Riders are so typically solo.
I mean, that probably would have went well with the Green Ranger theme.
Possibly. I do know, Joe, you can probably attest to this. Like when I did research for different Kamen Rider seasons, there were at least 1 to 2 that were very Ranger-like, where they did have like a team.
There's at least, off the top of my head, because there's like 10, maybe 20 seasons, 15 seasons. There's at least 5 of them that were teams. Technically, if you want to watch the anime, they were technically their own team as well. But yeah, technically what Brad said's also true. We could have cherry picked some of the stuff from the Green Ranger, because technically he is kind of like a solo player, and that's kind of how the show works. But yeah, also the show also has it where they work in teams, and they do kind of buff each other sometimes too.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, but we could have made it work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've mentioned this a lot. I'll mention this on the recording, which is also funny. I was talking to my husband, and there wasn't we did like joke about it because I was talking about going through the book and everything. I probably could have had a really cool idea to make a Pink Ranger magical girl, because a lot of magical girls do use bow and arrows. So I totally could have done that and have Rich AI where it has like the Sailor Moon buns in the helmet and things like that.
Fucking great.
Yeah. So if you ever need an idea for an NPC, Rich, hook me up. I'll shoot you some of the ideas.
Hey, I still owe you guys
the
Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, the Pink Pony Club. Yeah.
Pink Pony Club.
And you never know.
Oh.
You don't know if you're going to see a magical wizard hamster. You don't know if you're going to see a ranger pony. You never know.
That wizard is coming as a villain that we'll have to kill. That wizard from Turbo movie.
To put everybody, to kind of give everybody an idea about the Pink Pony Club, it started off as an inside joke because the same people who make the Essence 20 Power Ranger system also have a My Little Pony version. And so the running joke was that the new Pink Ranger is going to be a pony. And so I'm like, Jason totally wants to wield that as a club, and actually had Gemini make a picture of Jason holding this pink pony club, like he's ready to strike with it.
That's been a joke for a while.
Oh yeah, and then there's also the fact that the fact that we were trying to figure out what to make Jason, or what to make the new Alpha, because we kind of had ways to do it. And I was like, he could be the backup weapon to the Pink Pony Club. And so took the picture of Jason with the Pink Pony Club and made an Alpha Nexus Club. And, so he's wielding both.
I think that's everything besides the one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of little stuff in between.
Yeah.
As far as the main points, yeah.
All right. And then while we were taking our break, we did a one shot that Rich ran where we got to play as new characters.
Most of you guys played as new characters.
Well, some of us did, yes. Me and Johnny and Joe were all brand new characters.
And for some context here, I told the team to not tell anybody else who they have, as far as like any more details about their character other than the code names that were given.
So going into the break, Richard and I were talking about what Jason's going to be doing during the break. And knowing that he was going to be running into Zach and Trini, his whole thing is that he was going to go join the Coinless. Well, as he's coming up with Witch Break, it's essentially the G.I. Joe system, but we kind of morphed it into the Coinless. I was like, well, Jason's going to be with the Coinless. Let me bring Jason into this one shot, because then it can still have some tie-in to what he did during the break.
It did work that we didn't know, because my guy was a brand new character. He was just a medic. Joe, your character was not a brand new character.
Why don't we go through the characters and
Yes,
see who we all played? And just each person.
Well, I mean, mine was no secret. I was playing a coinless GI Joe version of Jason, who essentially was a frontline fighter with melee weapons.
Joe,
and you had the commando. No, you had Renegade.
Yeah, Renegade Brawler.
I was Skull, who was a Red Ranger.
A Red Tyranno. Yeah, Red Tyranno Sentry, who in our main campaign is a spy for the Coinless in the court of Draken.
So for some context, part of Jason's goal is to eventually retrieve the red Tyrannosaurus coin. So,
but also, is that in the book, Rich, or did you use like the spy?
It's in the comic.
Yeah, that's actually part of the comic.
No. Like the character sheet and everything. Like, did you go through like the spy stuff and the GI Joe stuff?
Oh no, I had to create him from scratch. Yeah.
Okay. Because it's kind of weird because he is one things that me and Rich kind of went behind the scenes about, and I kind of mentioned it while we were playing. It was kind of hard for Rich to make it because the Tyranno sentries use like heavy armor.
Mm-hmm, yep.
But the spies are supposed to be like fast, and it kind of shows that like in this game, there are some ways you can completely mess up your build by just trying to shoot it, but we've gone around that amazingly. But it was a fun class to play too. Rich even told me behind the scenes as well, like, hey, I'm kind of glad you picked this character because I feel like you'd be able to kind of act it out really well. And I did. I feel like I did, and I hope I did too.
Yeah, so much so that I told him to play Skull as an NPC in our main campaign.
I also watched the montage.
I don't think he just played Skull. I think he became Skull.
Yeah, I watched the montage and like sniffed my own farts for like a week. Like I really got into character. I locked myself in a room and did whatever.
Yeah, that methane brain damage really helped out.
He nailed it though. He fucking nailed it.
And I played a guy named Patchwork, which was a medic. There wasn't a whole lot to him.
They're not really, no, but I mean, it was cool to see that kind of role in the game.
I like it
because with Rangers there is no like main designated like healer, whereas GI Joe we do have that.
Yeah, trust me, I'll be looking in that book when it comes to my next level up. So
yeah, and then I played Wraith, the silent sniper, with a cybernetic eye.
Yes,
and he kicked ass.
He really fucking did.
Yeah, but it took a lot of steps to get ready for the shot, though.
As a sniper should.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But once you did take the shot, oh my god, heads were exploding, literally.
Yeah.
I guess once we got inside, you didn't do as great, but outside you did fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, he was taking out everybody for us, but we were just, and I was just missing everything.
People hiding behind cars, getting their helmets blown off.
And then how did it feel being long range, Johnny? Trust me, I know how it feels. It's such a great feeling just fucking people up at like 60 feet away.
It is.
He was like 60 yards away.
Yeah, I basically had no limit to the shot. But it's a nice feeling to one shot these guys.
I could tell you liked it, dude. Like you felt that like sniper power.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a drastic change. And that's the thing too. You guys played roles that didn't really match up with your typical ranger roles.
No, not really. I mean, mine kind of, but more so. A lot more abilities than my guy does when it comes to healing.
More of a focus for sure on obviously the healing.
Well, mine did. Mine was almost a mirror image, but a lot of that was the fact that Jason was going through character growth the entire time.
Right, but I guess maybe not as tanky as your White Ranger, but close.
Close. He had when he would go into his special ability, he had more health. He actually had just slightly less toughness, but higher reflexes.
Yeah, he became a danger at close range for sure.
Oh yeah, as we'll get into as we talk about the sessions themselves.
And then
I was Bulk, the Gold Ranger, right?
Yeah,
Dino Thunder. Yeah,
Gold Dino Thunder,
which I didn't expect.
Yeah. I was a tank, but I still died almost. I came.
You didn't
real
die.
close. Yeah,
he got knocked out of his power.
Yeah, I got knocked out of my suit.
Bulk was our go-to before Johnny.
Which I guess it means I was tanking correctly.
Yeah, and I also had I had an enemy that could bypass your toughness. So there's that.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got one shot it again.
That was rough. That was really rough.
And the story of the one shot was us trying to find out what's going on with Rita because Rita's tomb was broken open.
Yep.
It was a cool idea.
And both the coinless and the sentries were like, what the fuck's going on here? Why is there a hole in this? Who did this and why?
Mm-hmm.
So they both are investigating this and end up clashing, and then we go from there.
It led to a good map. It was supposed to be a one-night thing, and it took us 2 different sessions.
It took us a total of like 7 hours.
It took us a while, yeah.
So
That was fun.
navigating that maze with my my new friend Cranium.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we get into there, we still got the mirror too.
Oh yeah,
About the mirror? Oh, that's how we got into the tomb, right? Was something to do with the mirror?
yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah. We had to look into the mirror of truth
Mirror of fear.
or mirror of fear. Yeah, and Jason saw something. Essentially, saw what he had been fighting within himself for a long time, and that was failing everybody.
Yeah, we each had to recognize our fears, and I remember I rolled badly. I rolled badly a lot during this one shot.
You roll badly a lot, period.
I do.
Mhm. I mean, hence the meme about how your dice are rolling less than like 5 or less.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
fucking true.
Like, we
That
literally
when you
get
were
into the first,
rolling 5 or less.
we get into the first combat. Mike rolls, has a perk that rolls a 1, has a perk that allows him to re-roll that 1. You rolled another 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rolls another 1, spends a story point, which is a limited resource, to be able to re-roll, and rolls a 2. Mike's
At least it wasn't a 1.
Mike's whole turn could have literally just been, I spend a story point and end my turn.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that was rough.
It was awful.
It was rough but hilarious.
I mean, most of the one shot was us running around through this tomb where we're in a tomb and we fought 2 minotaurs that looked like they were brothers. I wonder where Rich got that idea from.
Yeah, it's completely original, obviously.
It was, yeah, and they were both different elements too.
Is that from something?
Final
Hey,
Fantasy.
I was almost friends with one of them.
We almost, I mean, if we would have stayed, I think we would have got our ass handed to us where he's like, well, you see the columns are falling, hinting because we were dumb enough to stick around at first.
We weren't.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna hold your hand
we
too
might have
much.
been had you not
If you
said
would have
much.
stayed there and like let it collapse, that would have been it for you.
You're like, oh, well, there go your characters.
I did,
That would have been a
as you guys
horrible way
could
for
tell.
Jason to go.
Dude, yeah, no shit. But as you could see, this one shot, the difficulty was ramped up a little bit because it's a one shot. You got to kind of make the stakes high. But other than that, who else remembers their mirror interaction?
Oh, syringe or something, I remember.
I got my neck snapped.
So I think mine had something to do with Skull.
I think you watched me get my neck snapped.
No, you turned me in.
Oh.
Yeah, you turned on him after a mission, shot him. That was Bulk's greatest fear, is to lose his best friend to the enemy.
Yeah, you turned me in, and then I get executed.
Then,
I think mine
Johnny,
was,
do you remember yours?
I think mine was losing my humanity and just turning completely cybernetic, I think it was.
That and attacking the coinless rebel base like Terminator.
Right, yeah.
Which also would be another good one-shot hint, anybody down the line.
I know there'll be more, and I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah.
There will, but like I told you guys about the last one, I had an idea I just got crazy with. I was like, no, let's focus on our campaign. So yeah, that's pretty much the mirror, which opened up the tomb, the inner labyrinth of the tomb.
Yep. So that's where I met Cranium.
Then we had to escape. That's where we almost.
Well, we had to
died.
solve puzzles first.
Yeah, that was
Right.
that was what took our time. We can't fucking do puzzles.
Yep, each altar had a different interaction necessary.
We didn't even really fuck up the puzzles.
Just took a while.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
They took a
pretty
while.
good.
Like navigation in and of itself just kind of took a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Obviously,
exploring dungeons always takes more time because you got to reveal where you're going and all that.
Yeah, and you gotta wait.
and it was a literal maze. So
Yeah.
Obviously, like I
Backtracking.
was inspired by the Greek Minotaur and a maze thing, and that's what I used there.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't
Whoever
think
the hell
about that.
decides to make their tomb out of a maze should be shot.
Talk to Draken about it.
All right.
You guys had to do the puzzle stuff, and throughout that whole time, the Minotaur was stalking you. There's actually supposed to be a point to where he kind of ran past you in the hallway, and you're supposed to like dodge it, but we were just so low on time. I was like, I got to cut some things.
Okay.
That would have
I
been
knew
cool.
cut some turns at the end when we fought Rita too.
Well, you didn't talk
Well, that
about
was
the
after
Minotaur
we.
fight.
Yeah, that was after we fought the Minotaurs.
Yeah, I was gonna get there.
That won't, it's the wrong order, buddy. It's like reading the end of the book first.
Right. Right.
So-
Yeah. I mean, because we end up solving the 3 altars, getting through and having to fight the Minotaurs. I'm sitting here trying to befriend one because like we're in a spot that I really don't want to fight. You know, we got 4 pillars that are about to collapse.
I don't think that worked
I
out very well.
almost had it too.
Yeah, and then explain to them when. By the way, like I later on in the campaign, actually during the Ranger Slayer fight is when I think I introduced the first clock to you guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that clock was introduced again during the Minotaur fight. And what did that represent?
The ceiling collapsing.
And what was because you guys were like the clock pops up and you guys are sitting there like kind of almost like, hey, what the fuck's going on? What do we do? I think you guys took at least maybe 2 turns to decide to run.
Well, Jason had said we need to get the fuck out of here, and then was trying to be a good leader and saying, you know, to show his mental growth and emotional growth, that like he was going to be the last one to follow up the lead, making sure everybody got out of that room. And then it was kind of everybody for themselves all the way back through the maze until somebody blew a hole through the door, because otherwise everybody wouldn't have made it. But then
No, we
Jason made
wouldn't
sure
have.
he was the last person out.
We got
I was just too slow. I was a fat dude in heavy armor that could not move fast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had the lowest movement speed out of everybody.
Yeah. So like I was trying. I just couldn't keep up. It was collapsing faster than I could move.
Well, I mean, and then you had Wraith, who was moving like a third of the dungeon the entire, like every turn.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he was out of there right away. And then we found out,
Yeah.
obviously, that Skull had the same thing, so we sped his ass up.
Going to
We
bed,
kind of
bud?
had to.
But then we had Patchwork and Bulk almost bite it in that dungeon.
Yeah, we almost died in there. We came damn close.
Yeah, you guys almost died, but Jason was like, he was determined to stay behind to make sure you guys got the fuck out.
He was waiting
And-
for Shadow.
Yeah. How did you guys assist them on getting out? Because if you didn't do this, they would have probably died.
I wasn't the one who came up with the plan.
I don't remember who did.
Joe?
Yeah, that was Wraith.
It's me. Oh,
Johnny.
blowing up the wall.
Yep, grenades.
Yeah.
I
Johnny and
figured.
Joe
saved our
blew up
ass.
the wall.
I think someone else attempted it, and so I just try to follow suit. Right? I think.
It might have been Joe that attempted, and then you threw another grenade.
Yeah.
I didn't have a grenade, so.
Oh,
I think you did. Everybody had grenades.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
I probably threw a grenade. Yeah.
I don't think I had a grenade.
Well, except Paul, because he was an actual ranger. Well, you know what? No, Skull didn't have a nade. That's right, because you were Tyrannocentury.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think we just threw one. I think Wraith had one.
Yeah.
I think it was Johnny, yeah.
I think someone brought it up earlier in the mission and it didn't happen. And then because we were trying to run through, we're like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
When I failed. I got bad rolls again when I tried.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Mike tried and he messed it up.
But
So we
that
just
got
get
you guys out of there. You get to the surface, and then the whole thing collapses internally. And then what happens?
We turn around and
Bitch got revived. I said, Johnny, which bitch got revived?
Well, you guys call in a chopper, I think, first, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
we called
call
the
him
chopper,
extraction.
and we had a time limit to get to when it would arrive.
And this whole time,
We called him-
before we missed the point where you guys actually parachuted out of the plane to enter.
Forgot about that, to be
Which
honest.
is dope.
I wasn't there for that.
That's right, Joe
No,
wasn't
you
there
were
for
not.
that. Skull,
His character wasn't,
not
nor
on
was
the
he.
plane.
Yeah,
the
worked
character
out
was
that your
late.
character.
And so was the player. Obviously, had a good reason, but you know. So anyway, yeah, forgot about that because I actually got inspired from G.I. Joe comics because I kind of dabble in those a little bit now and then. In the first issue, they're parachuting out of a plane and they're throwing the parachutes out with them, and they got to grab them midair and put them on and survive.
That's wild.
That's cool.
The G.I. Joe can get pretty extreme.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do that to you guys. I was thinking about, should I do that? I was like, no, somebody's going to die. They're going to roll
There's
bad.
no way
and die.
both would have made that.
Mike would have Mike, you would have rolled a 1 and
I
splat.
was having such bad luck that night. Oh, God, it was awful.
But
One of
no,
my worst
that
nights
was
of rolling.
it also reminded me of Power Rangers movie when they're like skyboarding out of a plane.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you call in an extraction.
Yep. Jason calls him the extraction because he had the beacon.
You guys are talking to Zach as you get back to the surface, as you were talking to him before you went down into the tomb, but you lost reception down there.
Yep.
But
and then we
after
turn around.
you call the extraction and you see
we turn around and see fucking Rita Repulsa.
On top of a building.
Crash Witch
laughing.
herself.
Now, for those who don't know, Tommy kills Rita Repulsa in the comics, in the World of the Coinless.
In the Coinless world.
So, yep.
Does?
Which is kind of important. Yeah. Which is why Jason was able to convince Rito that Eli did not kill Rita.
He thought Jason did it, not Eli.
No, he thought Eli did it first.
Did he?
Or no, yeah, he thought, yeah, he thought Eli. No, he was chasing Eli.
Eli's the Green Ranger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah. So Jason decides, okay, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, even if it is actually my fucking enemy, and tries to convince her to team up. Who wants to fill in how that went?
I mean, she eventually did agree to work with us, if I remember correctly.
No, she never agreed to work with us.
Oh.
She did decide to try to fry us with lightning.
Oh, yeah, she did try to kill us.
Yep.
But that still wasn't a no.
No, it wasn't a no. It wasn't
Yeah, it was more of like a neutral answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Jason had to do what Jason does best and had to show her the business with his hands.
The business.
And did really well.
Yeah, and she's not the easiest to hit either. And he gave her some. I think Johnny ended up sniping her a little bit.
Yep.
I think I was about to, but that's when
the extraction got in.
No, I think that's when the scaffolding started falling, right? Or something. Yeah.
The sentry showed up.
Yeah, and we had to get out of there.
Wait, we almost didn't make.
So because you guys were fighting her, she was actually whooping some ass. Obviously, Bulk went down. She hit him with one of her lightning bolts, which obviously bypassed that toughness. That would, if it was to play out, that would have been a very interesting, probably extremely difficult fight for you guys. I don't know if you would have survived it fully. There would have been a chance, but I really couldn't tell you if you would have been able to or not. But sentries came, started shooting her, which distracted her, and then obviously the extraction shows up, but it can only get so close, so you guys got to make a run for it.
Yep.
And that's when the overpass ends up breaking.
Okay, that's when we got a few other issues.
Yep, the last of Mike's bad rolls for the night until I yeet him up this overpass.
I forgot. Yeah, I failed in trying to climb it.
Yep. So I yeeted you up there.
It was fun.
Like legitimately, I picked this dude up and throw him up there.
Yeah, it was, and then you guys get into the chopper and get the hell out of Dodge, while Rita kind of, even though she's in this battle, just looks up and just grins at the chopper flying away and just proceeds to then just like dismantle these sentries like it's nothing.
Right.
It was super.
But then
that was our one shot.
That was our one shot, which resulted in news coverage of some random human just giving Rita the business.
Yeah, it's all over worldwide news.
Yep. That's really got to hurt her image.
And hopefully that never comes back and bites you in the ass either.
Let's hope not. Let's hope she got the message loud and clear. We have the same enemy.
That's been a super fun campaign, and then our characters took a 6-month break. And then
that was during the 6-month break.
Yeah, this was for you. The rest of us were elsewhere, but yes.
Yeah.
And then at some point we will come back and you guys will hear more about our campaign someday.
Yep. Unless you're listening to this because you heard about the second one, and in which case just start the next one, you'll hear about it.
And who knows how long this campaign's going to go. It's already a little over a year now. The way we're going,
Rich says, "Fuck you."
Gets burnt out. Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever happen.
I don't think so.
I've been podcasting for 7 years and I'm not burned out yet. So hey, you never know. If you love it, you love it.
Yeah,
I love long-term games.
Like I told you guys before, like it's been great having all of you part of it, and nobody really misses sessions unless something serious happens, and that's rare too. So to me that's just an indication about how much everybody really likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of misses. I mean, good. Everything's worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
And who knew? Like, I know some of you've never dreamed about playing a Ranger RPG, though you love role playing. You never dreamed of playing an RPG with Rangers, and yet here you are. And
I did not.
It is what it is.
Did not at all.
It's a lot of fun, and like I said, I love the fact that it is very role play heavy with some combat, because that yells to me as a gamer.
Oh yeah.
I think that's everything. So we'll go to plugs, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't have anything to plug, correct?
No, I ain't got shit to plug.
My dick.
Jesus.
That's a no.
Okay, yeah, there's that. There's that.
If you enjoyed this episode, over 1,000 other episodes of this podcast, we do movies, TV shows, video games, comics, all sorts of content. If you want to hear the rest of our Power Rangers content, it all will be in the show notes, so check that out. You'll see the whole list of it. There's a bunch now. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. A little dollar, you can vote in our Patreon polls. We have 2 polls a month, and also you get all the episodes early because I post them there ahead of time. And if you donate $10 or more to this podcast, I will plug your YouTube podcast, whatever it is that you do, every episode I make during the month, like I do for these lovely people, Phoebe Stanton, the Let's Play Princess on YouTube and Twitch, and check out her podcast, Nerds Broadcast. Also, make sure you look at Zach's show, absolutely the best podcast of work in progress, talk to MC movies, and currently doing the Alien Predator franchise. And also give a shout out to Bill Tucker. Check out his podcast, A Gamer Looks at 40, and his new show, Carrying My Cross. And also want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro, courtesy of Helena at Hell Has Fear. You can follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And please join our Discord. If you want to be in the show, you want to suggest things for the show, join the Discord. You'll see a link in the show notes for that also. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and rate and review wherever you get your podcasts. I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.